This is your tech news for Tuesday, September 30th. It looks like Apple's having trouble keeping people from bending their iPhones, even in the stores. It also looks like AT&T is trying to keep disgruntled customers happier with their doubling their data, but still, some people don't believe it. Photoshop is now on the Chromebooks, and also GoPro has some new cameras. All that coming up. Hi and welcome to txtNationTV. My name's Rusty G, and it looks like Apple is still having trouble with Bendgate. Yes, and it's not so much people bending phones at home, but now they're doing it in stores. Kids are a lot more brazen these days, and it looks like these kids actually decided to take action in their own hands and, do stuff in the store. Why bend your own phone when you can go to the store and bend property that belongs to the company and not have to really worry about it? Well, there's many people going out there like journalists and analysts doing things on their own, even though Consumer Reports, did their own video to show you, and, the other guy who did the original video, they purchased their phones. And so that's the difference, is they purchased their phones, whereas these kids that got reported, they didn't think it was going to get this much traction, but it looks like their video made it worldwide, and a lot of people saw them, and now they have made basically an apology video. There is a response towards the end where it's just the kid talking and basically apologizing for bending the phone, and he's willing to talk to police and Apple for bending the iPhone. So if you have any idea of whether the iPhone bends, yes, it does. It's metal. If you sit on it long enough, it's metal. It'll happen. But if you keep it in a nice case and don't, throw it in your skinny jeans and sit down on it, you might be fine. So please don't go in the store and try this. You don't want to pay nearly $1,000 for a phone that's not yours. It looks like Adobe and Google are coming together for Project Photoshop, and that basically means you can now run Photoshop on that Chromebook of yours if you've got one, either the CR48 or many other models that are out there. Basically, one of the big things that people don't like is you can't run Photoshop on it. Well, now you can. It looks like Adobe has partnered with Google in Google Drive, and what you're going to be able to do is sign in through the Adobe Creative Cloud and then be able to run Photoshop through the cloud to your Chromebook. How amazing is that? And the best part about it is there is no install. You basically just sign in both to the Adobe side and then the Google side, and everything's running. And you never have to worry about updates either, because it's basically running a streaming version, which is live, so you never have to run any of those crazy updates, that run about every 3 months or so, depending on which Photoshop that you have. And for some of us, even more. But either way, it's really great to hear that the Chromebook is powering itself up, because, it is a great notebook. It just doesn't have all the apps that everybody wants. And now to hear that Photoshop is going to be a streaming service, how awesome is that? And soon could be running inside of Chrome just as well, obviously, because it's run inside of a Chromebook. So I wonder if they're going to start charging a monthly service, to other users that aren't Chromebooks. We shall see. It looks like AT&T is still trying to battle with its disgruntled customers and or non-users that aren't even on the service, talking about this whole new double data plan that they've started. As we reported yesterday, AT&T from over the weekend has doubled their data plans. As long as you were on the 15, 30, so on and so forth, you basically got your data doubled. And if you wanted to, you could step down. Like myself, I'm stepping down from the 225 down to 130 for the 30 gigabytes. But people are complaining because some of the old grandfathered in plans that are unlimited are getting throttled at 5 to 8 gigs, and some even down at 3. And the problem that they're having with it is, why would those users get throttled that are using anywhere between 5 to 10 gigs if AT&T is now giving out 30, 60, 80, 100 gigs, and they're not throttling those customers? Oh wait, it's because they're now into a capped program. And whereas the unlimited users were never capped, they still had their original unlimited plan. And so the idea is, as AT&T says, is to curb those who have the unlimited at early stages, so it causes better reception for those of us, and not so much reception, but better data speeds for those of us that are on those capped plans. Everybody's calling hoke on that one, because it's like, I don't think so. You're just wanting us to get onto a tiered data plan so that we're no longer on the grandfathered in unlimited plan. Kind of sucks. I can see it both sides. But either way, I dropped my plan $95, so I'm happy. Yesterday, GoPro announced 3 brand new cameras. On the high end, you're going to be spending $499 for the Hero 4 Black, which does 4K video and an amazing 30 frames per second. And they've even broken it down to like 120 frames per second if you start getting into some of the specs. But you can also jump down just a little to $399 for the Hero Silver, a little less, specs go down as it goes. But the amazing thing is GoPro has now an entry-level camera at $129. Now, it doesn't do all the jazz that the 4 Black does, but pretty much it's still a hard-hitting camera that allows you to go up to 40 meters, waterproof, and then basically throw the thing out of a plane and let it land on the ground and it'll be all right, Not all of them have the touchscreen. You'll have to go in for the high end for that. The entry level probably won't have that, but for those of us that have been around for quite a while and doing any sort of action shots know the name GoPro. They've been marketing around for quite a while. So to see a $129 GoPro is amazing, especially with all the accessories that they have, allowing you to attach it to pretty much anything from a dog to a car or a surfboard, whatever it is. So I hope that maybe we might be able to get in the $129 GoPro camera just to test it out. We'll see you in the future. That's been your tech news for Tuesday, September 30th. My name's Rusty G. If you stick around long enough, there might be some tech news later on this afternoon, but we will report tomorrow morning back to you for Microsoft. Make sure you stay subscribed right here on this website, youtube.com/txTNationTV, and you can like the video, share it, do whatever you want. If you're on Twitter, twitter.com/txTNationTV. If you're on Facebook, it's facebook.com/txTNationTV. And if you're on Google+, it's gplus.to/txTNationTV. For all things Tex Nation, go to txtNation.tv and stay tuned, and we'll see you tomorrow for the latest.